everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. So here I am showing you a tumbler that I will be customizing using alcohol inks, and also using with epoxy, and I will be customizing this for you. And I'm using the Grape Alcohol Ink, so purple, for this particular tumbler that I'll be making for my niece. And we just gonna put that here, and then we're gonna figure out what design I'm gonna put on it, and then we're gonna pretty much go from there. Please like, comment, subscribe to a channel, also press the bell for notifications, and we're gonna get started here shortly. Okay, so as you see, I'm doing a lot of hand movements here. Right, and I'm showing you some of the items that I also create, which is the mug as well as shirts, which those are orders that I have going out, and that is a screen print design that I got from a website. So that's just those there that I'm showing you there, so don't mind the mess. Now this is going to be a messy process, but it's definitely going to be worth it. I can definitely guarantee that. All right. So I'm just going to make sure the tumbler is clean. I did wipe it down with alcohol before posting the video. And we're going to get started here. I'm also going to be measuring out my epoxy, part A and part B. It does have to be equal parts. I don't have much left, but hey, we're going to work with it. And I'm going to pour it into the measuring cup because I ran out of measuring cups. So I'm going to pour it into this one, and then I'm going to put it into the bigger cup to finish mixing it and pour onto the tumbler. All right, so I'm just going for you now. So right now I'm just pouring in that part A. I'm just making sure it gets I'm putting in 40 ml. So I'm putting in 40 right now. So I'm did the 20. Then I'm gonna do 20B. So 20A, 20B to make 40. All right. So I got that in there. So now I'm going to mix it together with my stick. So I do have the wooden stick that I'll be using to mix with. And this is just so the few things that you would need to do this will be, of course, epoxy, part A, part B. You're also going to need the alcohol ink of your choosing. I chose just one. You can do multiple colors. And you also going to need gloves. Gloves is a must for this. And also butcher paper, which I have down up under to catch all that mess. So now I'm just stirring it up, make sure there's no bubbles inside of my epoxy, because we don't want no air bubbles, because that can be a mess, making it look very different. Let me pick up my alcohol ink. Okay. And then some of the equipment that you see is my Cricut color cutter, as well as my sublimation heat press I use for smaller items. And then I have a bigger heat press over to the left a little bit. And then I have a mug press, and in another video I can go through my different equipments to show you all how that works. Alright, so now that I'm done mixing the epoxy, I am now going to apply it to the tumbler and let the fun begin. Just let it sit for a little bit. Make sure everything is good, because I do want this to turn out. So I'm going to close up my stuff because I don't want to spill anything. I don't want to cause a bigger mess than what we're about to create. So now let me open up. And again, this is the grape, like the purple I'm using. It's a beautiful color. I'm getting that open. Now, I don't know if I put my little tool to open up my alcohol inks. So I used the scissors, and it did squirt out. But it's okay. Easy clean. All right. So now I'm ready to apply my epoxy and get started on this. right? And do want it to be even layers. We want to smooth it out. Again, no air bubbles, no dry spots. So just spread it all over the tumbler for the even layer. And in order to use alcohol inks, you do have to apply the epoxy first. The alcohol ink would not work if you did the ink first and then epoxy. It wouldn't work. Well, it wouldn't work like you want it. Alright, so I'm just spraying that over, and I will and I'll be back. Okay, so now that that is done, I'm evenly spread it out and covered, no open spaces. We now add in the epoxy alcohol ink. Random places is no particular spot. You just have fun and just dab, boom, right there, boom, right there, and let's put some. Let's put some a little bit right there. And these are going, and the tumbler spinner is going to swirl around, and doing that, it's going to move the alcohol ink around, blend them together all beautifully. And put a little bit right there. Just so, there we go. And to help with this, we're going to use a little heat. So I'm going to use my hair dryer because I don't have a heat gun right now. It works just as well. And just apply just a little bit of heat to it to help move it around. So let me just get that plugged in. Close my alcohol ink first because I don't want that to spill. So before I pick up my hair dryer, because I don't want epoxy all over it, I'm going to take off my gloves. So here I was just showing my water decal because I'm wondering after this is done, so once it's completely cured and dry, if I'm going to add a water decal of mini, or am I going to do a vinyl design. I'll let y'all decide. So put that in the comments whether I should do the water decal of Minnie Mouse, or if I should just do a nice vinyl design again for my niece. And you see how those coming together. So I'm just using my blow dryer to, again, just help it out a little bit. And also using the heat also helps pop any possible bubbles that I may have missed. So that's another good benefit of using heat. And again, a heat gun or a blow dryer will work just fine. And just move them around, make them look very natural and beautiful. Just add a little bit more alcohol ink to some of those spaces there. You can add however much or less you want to. Again, there's no particular pattern you need. I'm also making sure I get some of the ink on the bottom of my tumbler as well. And just keep repeating the process. So using epoxy with alcohol ink is pretty easy, pretty simple. And you pretty much just let it do its thing, let the spinner spin for a few hours, for it to dry and cure, and then it'll be ready for use. You can add any extras you want to add, such as glitter, a decal, vinyl. So you pretty much, and you can also do a second coat of epoxy if you would like to. But for this, I don't think I'm gonna do a second coat because I am out of epoxy. but it is okay for that one coat that I have on it. So I'm just letting those mix together, and the more it blends, the more it looks good. So I may even add some glitter to it. But again, let me know in the comments what design should I do. I feel like I'm end up going with the water slide, or maybe I probably even just do a decal, like maybe a white writing. We'll see. Right, so I'm just gonna pick this up and tour it around a little bit, so pretty much kind of show y'all how those colors slide and mix together. And if I don't hurry up and take it off of the spinner, because it's not spinning anymore, it's going to kind of like run loose, kind of like what that spot right there did. Yeah, I was trying to avoid that, but it's okay. It will continue to spin and blend together. Just move around. You see how those look? That's so pretty. And the longer it spins, the better it looks till dry. So this is pretty much the whole process right here. Is make sure to spin together, combine well, and then so later on I'm gonna make another video of the end product with whichever design that I end up going with, and to show you all how that looks. So make sure you click the bell so you can get notification when I post that video, so you can see it. It's gonna look really nice. All right, bye guys.